Sometimes we forget the little things that make a big difference. And today I've got 5 of them that you might not have thought of. So stay tuned.
I'm Cristy Code Red, and you're listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle, where we believe food holds the power to heal or poison, and we believe our society has been misled regarding proper nutrition and weight loss. You're in the right place if you're looking for some straight up truth, because I'm here to shed light on the lies and brainwashing that has taken place over the past 5 decades. Thanks so much for listening.
Welcome back to another episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. I'm your host, Cristy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about 5 little things that make a big difference. And they're random. I was just looking here at my list and I was like, well, this is random. Like it's kind of just 5 out of nowhere, but it's 5 that I thought of that I know you might have at some point forgotten about. And they make a big difference. They make a big difference. So let's start off and let's go through them. This first one, I'm not going to say it's the most important, but it's number 1 for a reason. It's really important. And I know that I've got your full attention since this podcast just started. Number 1 of the 5 things that make a big difference, apple cider vinegar. Yes, apple cider vinegar. Now, we've talked about this in the past, but the apple cider vinegar cocktail is so incredibly important. And what am I even talking about? I have this on my website listed under the support help topics on the help desk. But the apple cider vinegar is 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar mixed with 8 to 10 ounces of water. You're also going to put a scoop of Redmond Relight powder in there. And if you don't have Redmond Relight powder, you're going to put a teaspoon of cream of tartar. Cream of tartar is not tartar sauce. Cream of tartar is that white powder, and it's really high in potassium. Redmond Relight powder is going to be the best because you're going to have all the potassium and the sodium that you need in there, as well as other minerals. You're also going to put some lemon or lime juice in there. And I say some as in if you can get a real lemon or lime, slice it in half and squeeze half of it in there. That'd be great. If not, take some of the stuff in the container that you can buy and pour some in there. I don't know how much, just that much. I don't know, a couple tablespoons maybe. I mean, a couple teaspoons. You're also going to put some, but let me back up and say that the lemon and lime juice both have lemanoids, which it's really great for the liver. Lemons have lemanoids, lime have lemanoids, and they're great for the detoxing the liver. And then you're going to put some, if you want. I don't like it, so I don't do this. But you're going to put some. You can put some cayenne pepper in there. For those of you who like that, woo-hoo-hoo, it's going to wake you up. So only do that first thing in the morning if you're going to do it. And then I like to put a little bit of stevia, pure, raw, organic stevia that I have on my Amazon shop page. I like to put that in there because it just makes it a little bit easier to drink, and it cuts down on the bitterness. And another trick that some of our rebels do is to cut down on bitterness is they put a little bit of baking soda in. Baking soda or baking powder? Oh, shoot. Which one? Baking soda. I should have thought of that before. Baking soda. Baking powder helps things rise. Okay. Baking soda. And that's going to cut down on the bitterness, but that's not required. All right. You're going to mix all that up. Mix. And you're going to drink it with a straw. Why? To protect the enamel on your teeth. So every part of this apple cider vinegar cocktail has a major reason and has a major part to play. So you're going to want to make sure you include all that. If you don't do the Redmond Relight powder, make sure that you do add a teaspoon of Redmond Real salt. We don't want to use that crap Morton's table salt. That stuff is over processed and bleached and has all kinds of things in there we don't want. We do heavily rely on our Redmond products. And so you can get 15% off of Redmond products with the code RED15. All right. So don't skip out on that code. Like, get your discount, for crying out loud. Okay, we protect the enamel on our teeth. That's why we drink it with a straw. Here are some common mistakes. Common mistakes. Biggest common mistake with the apple cider vinegar cocktail. People that just do apple cider vinegar in a shot glass, pure apple cider vinegar, and knock it back like a shot. Don't do that. That will ruin your stomach lining. That's highly acidic and it'll ruin your stomach lining. We don't want to do that. Don't do that. We want to dilute it down with 8 to 10 ounces of water. Um, and then there are other people that add things to. I guess that's my biggest mistake is people who don't drink it with a straw and people who just shoot it back. Don't do that. Don't do that. In fact, the owner of Bragg contacted me on Instagram and said, please, for the love of God, make sure that you remind your rebels to don't shoot it, to dilute your apple cider vinegar down before you drink it. So, what's the benefit of apple cider vinegar cocktail? There are 4 times of the day that you can take this. First thing in the morning, right before a meal, right after the meal, or right before bed. Up to 4 times. There's no detriment to it. You can do it at any time that works best for you. The benefits of the apple cider vinegar, it lowers your blood sugar. It can wake you up. It helps with digestion. It gives you energy. If you drink it before or after a meal, it's going to aid your stomach in digesting your food. If you drink it right when you wake up, it's going to help bring that blood sugar down. If you drink it at night, it's going to help balance the minerals. So it also helps you go potty too. Um, a lot of people don't know this, but we don't supplement calcium in Code Red. You probably knew that. We don't supplement calcium. The body has an abundance of calcium. And to prove this, there's a lot of bound up calcium in the body. Glaucoma is bound up calcium. Kidney stones, a lot of the kidney stone types are bound up calcium. Arthritis, that's bound up calcium. So how do you get that calcium unbound? Apple cider vinegar will break up that calcium. So you want that. You don't want an abundance of calcium in the body to accumulate and cause problems in the body. And that's what it does. So we definitely need the apple cider vinegar if you have any of those problems. Also, if you have acid reflux, contrary to what you might think, the apple cider vinegar will calm the can't even talk, the acid reflux. It will calm it down. If you have heartburn, apple cider vinegar will calm it down. I know it just balances. It balances the pH. And it's going to aid in so many parts of your body, so many things. So why do we put the Redmond? And like I said, we put the Redmond Relight powder in there because it's going to give you the sodium that you need. It's going to give you the magnesium. It's going to give you the potassium. We need 4,700 milligrams of potassium a day, and that's going to be a nice big chunk of it. And so will the cream of tartar. Cream of tartar is high in potassium. So if you don't do the Redmond Relight, you need to get a separate sodium and a separate potassium in there. So those are some of the many benefits of apple cider vinegar. Love it, love it, love it. We've heard our grandparents talk about it. It's a really big hack that we can all do it. And you might wonder, well, when should I drink it? It's up to you. It depends on kind of what you're trying to do. It does calm and help you sleep at night. So some people drink it before bed. Some people love first thing in the morning. It just wakes them right up. And then before and after a meal, it's a great way to help with digestion. So it's up to you on when you want to drink it. Just again, no shooting it and drink it with a straw to protect the enamel on your teeth. Taking a big left turn or a right turn, I don't know, just turning from this completely. Another little thing that makes a big difference in my mind, probably in yours, making a list. Making a list of what make a list of what, Christy? Of whatever. Making a list is a great way to calm your brain. It's a great way to stay organized. It's a great way to do a brain dump. It's a great way to calm anxiety. And in whatever list is going to work for you, it could be a grocery list. I just went to Costco yesterday, and I don't go very often. Maybe every 3 months. I just don't go because I don't have a lot. Like I spent $91 at Costco, and my sister Carrie made so much fun of me. She goes, 91, never heard anybody spend a 91. And I got a lot of stuff. And she said, haven't gotten out of Costco for under 300 and God knows how long. I get that. But remember, it's just me and I'm a minimalist. And so I eat the same thing every day. And I'm very, very frugal, very conservative with my food. I eat exactly what I'm told. So I just get what I need and I don't get extra. I'm a buyer, not a shopper. So I don't walk around and go, ooh, towels. I own a towel. I don't need two towels. Like, I don't need more. I don't need a new blender. I don't need any of that stuff. I just get exactly what I need. So making a list is going to be great if you are going grocery shopping to help you stay on track. Let's say I know that for me, when I have a lot of anxiety at night, if I make a list before I go to bed, it helps me do a brain dump. It helps me really get rid of things in my mind. And when we had this shift going, a couple of the things that was what the shift protocol in the morning was making a list of the things that you were grateful for and the things that you wanted to see come to pass, the things that that's the way we would manifest. We would create our own future, we would create our life, we would design our life by speaking out and saying out loud and meditating on what we wanted, and we would call forth what we didn't have yet, but as if we had it now. And a big thing is making a list of what we're grateful for. I am grateful to be at 14% body fat. I'm not at 14% body fat right now, but your mind doesn't know the difference. So we train our mind to start thinking like that. The Bible says you have not because you ask not. And the Bible, I know that Joyce Meyer talks about where the mind goes, the man follows. And so the Bible's loaded with scripture talking about the mind. And so making a list in the morning of things you're grateful for, or things that if you're shifting, then that's what we want to, making a list is a great purpose. That's a great purpose for a list right there. You can make a list of things that you need to pick up at Walmart. You can make a list of things that you need to get done today. I'm a big to-do list person. I have one every single day. I feel lost without my to-do list. If you've gotten away from making a list, start making lists again and start crossing things off. I like to make a list with a certain color pen and cross it off with a big fat Sharpie marker. That's the way I like to do it, you guys. Number 3, the third thing that's a little thing that makes a huge difference. Again, taking another turn. Sorry. I just got off recording a big podcast with a lady, and I talked for almost an hour and my throat is a little bit sore and dry. Number 3, take progress photos and measurements. This is something I constantly remind my rebels to do, and people just don't do it. There are many ways to measure progress. The scale is not the only way. Progress pictures. We do tape measurements of your hips, your stomach, your chest, maybe your bicep, maybe your thigh, wherever you want to change. That's a great way. We use the tape measure. We also use how our clothes fit. Remember, there are 4 ways to measure progress: the scale, tape measure, progress picture, and how your clothes fit. Take progress pictures. Well, Cristy, how long should I take them? I mean, how often should I take them? Well, I mean, if you're a bikini competitor like me, you're taking them every week and you're turning them into your prep coach every week. But if you're not, you can still do them every week, like every Friday or whatever. Just pick a day that works great for you. And then you're going to you're gonna keep them on your phone. I mean, nobody ever needs to see them, but I'm telling you, when the scale ain't moving, you're gonna be able to refer to those pictures as to see if you made progress. If you don't want to do them every week, definitely do them every month. Definitely do them every month. Number 4, little thing that makes a big difference: putting electrolytes in your water. Putting electrolytes in your water. What? Of course. Like I don't understand how people drink their water without electrolytes or something in them. Of course, I don't want to say just something because then you'll put something I don't approve. I approve of 3 electrolytes: Ultima, Redmond Relight, and Caged Hydrocharge. Those are the 3 things that you can put in your water as far as electrolyte replacements. But don't forget, you can also put cucumbers in your water, lemon slices in your water, lime slices in your water, orange slices in your water. Yes, I don't care if you put orange slices in your water. I just don't want you eating oranges. You can put um let's see, what was I? Cucumbers. Did I say that already? Cucumbers? You can put cucumbers in your water. You can infuse it with blackberries, blueberries, you can raspberries. I know that whenever I go into the Delta Lounge when I travel, they always have a big, beautiful water like area, and it's always infused with something like that, with lemons or limes or cucumbers, or and it's so beautiful, berries, and of course it's beautiful in that, and it's giant, it's huge, it's like 3 4 5 gallons, it's huge. And they just continue to, and it makes the water, I always get water out of there because it just makes the water taste so good. And you guys are forgetting that you can jazz up your water with infusing it with something. It's going to be great. I mean, it's just going to be nice, refreshing pick me up. It tastes so great. But why do we put electrolytes in our water? Well, as Code Red Rebels, we drink a lot of water and we don't eat foods that hang on to water. So you're flushing a lot of electrolytes because you're peeing all the time and you're just flushing them off. So we want to replenish those. It's vital to the success of your program and to your overall health and keeping you out of the ER that you replenish that sodium, potassium, magnesium, etc. It's really, really important. And if you have a headache and there's really no reason for it, 99% chance you're low in sodium. So you're going to want to replenish those electrolytes. And now there aren't a ton of electrolytes in Caged or Ultima, but there's a lot of electrolytes in Redmond Relight powder. And that's it's a big it's a big it's very salt forward. The Redmond Relight powder is, and they have made a couple of different versions of it since they first came out with it that is cuts down on half the saltiness. But like when I was hiking the Grand Canyon, or when I'm doing anything that's a real physical hot hard high the highly physically demanding, especially in the heat, I always reach for the Redmond. I reach for the big guns. But for everyday use, I'm going to go with my Caged Hydrocharge because it's so affordable, especially with the Code Red 15 discount code. And I believe the discount code for Ultima is Code Red, and then Code Red 15 also for Redmond products. And I mentioned that earlier when we talked about the apple cider vinegar. You can get your Redmond products 15% off with the Code Red 15. So we try to keep the codes all the same. That way you can always get a discount. And don't forget, every time you use one of our discount codes, you are helping Code Red get a little bit of money back. And I appreciate that because that goes on to pay salaries at Code Red. So thank you for doing that. The last little thing that oh, you know what? Let me do okay, I'll do the last little thing and then I'll do an honorable mention. The fifth thing that is a little thing that makes a big difference, guys. Drinking your water hot. Now, we are in the end of 2023 and we're smack dab in the middle of the winter time, and it's cold in Idaho. We've got snow on the ground and it's cold. And drinking your water hot is a great way to warm up. Now, you can heat up your water and put a tea bag in it, and that still counts as the amount of water that you need a day, your required amount of water every day. But you can also heat up your Ultima, your Caged, or your Redmond Relight powder. You can put that in a cup of hot water, and it tastes like a hot drink, like a hottie toddy or something, like a hot apple cider vinegar, like it's or not apple cider vinegar, but an apple cider. Like it tastes like a hot beverage um that you would purposely go and order or make for yourself. It's delightful. It's delightful. So drinking your water hot with a little bit of either just hot or with the electrolytes in it or a tea bag is a great way to get in your required water amount in the winter when it's so stinking cold, depending on where you live. I would spend some time down in Miami. and I'll be back in January down in Miami. And it's so funny because people down there think it's cold, and it's like I'm walking around in a tank top. So wherever you are, if you think it's cold, it's a great way to warm up. Honorable mention, that's a really big hack that people forget about: the Redmond Relight salt pills. If you are a person who doesn't want to put anything in your water, totally, totally, totally fine. But you still have to replenish electrolytes. So you either need to put your Redmond Real salt on your food. You need to put a teaspoon of Redmond Real salt in every gallon of water and shake it up. You won't even taste it. Or you need to do the Redmond Relight caps, the salt caps. They're excellent. For every 2 caps, I think it's like 880 milligrams of sodium, high quality sodium. And that's a great way to get in your sodium. In fact, if I have a headache, before I reach for the Advil or the Tylenol, I always reach for a salt pill, because more than likely there's an 88% chance that I am low in sodium, and that's why I have a headache. And you'll know within 20 minutes. It'll be gone within 20 minutes. If you still have a headache, normally if I have a headache, I'm PMS. So if I have a headache and I'm not PMS, it's low sodium. So honorable mention, Redmond Relight salt pills. They're really, really affordable. They're like $14.99 for a whole bottle. Plus, you get the code RED15 discount. Guys, seriously, it's really affordable to get the Redmond products. They're affordable products. So those are the 5 little things that came to my mind. I got them written down right here that make a big difference. And I hope you enjoyed this episode, because sometimes, sometimes they're heavy episodes, aren't they? I mean, like, remember the one that Brad and I did that was called "You Don't Get to Choose How Someone Loves You"? That was a really heavy episode, and then you get episodes like this that are not so heavy, but they're impactful, and they help remind us of things we might have forgotten. So I hope that was this episode for you. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. If you are looking for some hardcore accountability to get and keep this weight off, look no further, because I've got VIP Connection. This is the ultimate connection to me, just short of me sleeping on your couch. You're going to get 3 daily messages from me in real time directly to you. You're going to submit your weight every Friday. We're going to go over it in a weekly meeting on Sunday nights, and I'm going to give you feedback. You'll have access to a monthly VIP breakfast with me in Boise, a monthly VIP supplement box, access to any workshop, any PDF promo that I hold for that month. You'll have access to the Ringside membership. And best of all, you'll have a fully customized nutrition program written just for you. We're talking about over $3,000 total value for $397 a month, and you can cancel anytime. Go to CodeRedLifestyle.com/VIP to check that out.